No hold bars today.
No fucking host. We're winging this shit, Matt. We got this.
Alright, 3, 2. Alright, welcome to the Built Different podcast. We're here with Off the Backboard. Clearly, you can see somebody is missing today. My son.
Yeah, we're without our host today.
My son T-Sax.
My son
He's
Tom.
very, very under the weather. He said he got hit by 5 trucks. We're in upstate New York, and it was negative 20 last night, and somebody left a window cracked open.
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, bro. It is freezing. Like you don't want to step outside, bro, freezing.
Last night, I had to bring my brother to work, and it's like 9:30, 10-ish. So I get him there, and I had to stop at a gas station. And, bro, usually when you put the pump in, or you put the nozzle in, you can just do that little trigger thing and it'll stay, and you can put your hand in your pockets or some shit. Bro, it kept popping up. I did it 3 different times.
That was sick.
So, bro, I'm standing out there, and it's -7 out. That was just last night. It was -7 at 9:30 last night. And, bro, when I'm saying I got back in, because it was an empty tank, too. It wasn't like halfway. It was empty, so I was out there.
Oh, yeah.
And, bro, when I got back into the car, the tips of my fingers, bro, I straight up,
your hands were
straight up
fucking
said
glass.
I would rather die than feel this right now. It was hell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I went and got gas earlier yesterday, because I was like, bro, because I know it was going to be cold enough to where I didn't. My gas
when I was on the way to work
on
Thursday, I was like, I should probably get some gas, and I was just like, I'm not going nowhere this weekend. Gotta bring everybody somewhere this weekend, apparently. But,
Word.
A lot of shit's been going on lately.
Bro, we have a lot to talk about, especially us as Lakers fans.
Yeah.
We have a lot to go through
right now.
We have a lot.
Thomas ain't here to cut us off with his Knicks.
A lot of anger, a lot of excitement. Right, I don't care about the Knicks. Fuck about the Knicks.
All right, so I mean, clearly, what just got announced yesterday or the day before was the reserves for All-Star Weekend. They finally came out.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your gripes?
Furious. I'm livid. I'm furious because there's absolutely no way possible that Jaren Jackson Jr. is an All-Star and Anthony Davis is not. There's absolutely no way, and I will die on that hill if somehow that even kills me. I don't think it would, but there's no way he's an all. He literally played 12 minutes more than more. Like, come on, bro, come on.
12 minutes more.
And they both played more than Zion, so that shouldn't even be a factor.
Right, and Zion got us the starting spot.
So if health is not a factor, then what's the factor? Anthony Davis is clearly playing on levels that Jaren Jackson couldn't have even dreamed of playing at yet.
And sadly, do you know why? Do you know why they did it? You know why the league's being scumbags and all the coaches picked this? Because they got the 2nd or 3rd seed right now in the West, and LA's the 12th.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. I fuck with Jaren Jackson Jr. He's probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year because he's on a different level defensively. I don't want Rudy Gobert in my All-Star team. I don't give a fuck about your defense for All-Star Weekend, bro. And given he's a good offensive player too, but AD was on another
All-Star
level.
All-Star Weekend is literally a show for the fans.
Right.
You bring me a fan that's not a Grizzly fan and tell me that they want to see or they want to see Jaren Jackson Jr. more than they want to see Anthony Davis.
They don't. None of them do.
There's no way in hell, bro. You can't look me in my face with a serious face and tell me that you would rather
except for Jordan.
Jaren, and that's no disrespect to Jaren Jackson Jr. He's definitely a great player, but come on, bro, over Anthony Davis, the numbers don't even look right.
Shot. And
like it doesn't even feel correct.
And if people do somehow want to hit you with they weren't AD hasn't played enough, bro. At the time of the voting and shit, AD had 28 games, Zion had 29. Bro, but Zion's still out. AD's back. AD's going to be playing more games before Zion touches the floor. And
nonetheless, Zion's a starter.
Yeah, and it's just, I feel AD should have got that starting spot. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, he is light years better than Jaren Jackson Jr., and he is he's a whole tier above Zion. Even though Zion
Right.
is playing,
And honestly,
out of
that's-
this world before he got injured too. But
I'm about to say that's definitely a hill that I'm willing to die on, is because I personally believe that he should have been an all-star
yeah,
starter.
I think he should have been a
But,
starter, and Zion should have
people
taken
can
Jaren
say-
Jackson Jr.'s spot.
Right. But, everybody's going to say, Lakers buy
Yeah, everybody's gonna be on dick saying
but-
we're just fanboys, and it's just like, bro,
Yeah.
AD is a different level player. Even
At the
since
end of
he's
the day,
been back,
before-
even he sprained his ankle mid-game and still thugged it out and played the rest and came back and was playing a couple days later. Like, is he injury prone? Sure. He's just a better player.
My thing is that AD before he went down was playing at a historic level, a very historic level. So him and Zion played damn near regularly the same games.
100%.
Correct. So how is it that you're justifying having Zion as an all-star starter? But they played damn near the same amount of games. And Anthony Davis is playing at a level that nobody has ever played at, pretty much.
Yeah, he's playing at a Wilt in the 60s level. That's what he was playing at.
So now you look at that, and that even seems crazy.
Right.
But you can say, all right, Zion's balling too, Pelican success.
Yeah, Zion was bugging.
Brandon Ingram's been out, so he's been doing it almost damn near just with CJ's help. You feel me? Boom.
And then
AD got Bron. All right, cool. What is the justification for Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Yeah, zero. Other than record, but this isn't all NBA teams. This is all-star. Record should not come into effect. Fucking LaMelo Ball got it last year. LaMelo Ball got it last year. The fucking Hornets were one of the worst teams in the whole league. So I don't want to hear record. Oh, they needed 2 Grizzlies. Fuck that.
Honestly, look, you can look at it now. Honestly, this is another problem that I have with the All-Star voting. Is DeMar DeRozan. He's 10th in the league. But then you snub somebody like James Harden.
Is DeMar DeRozan a forward or a guard in that? Because if he's labeled a forward,
technically I don't know.
If he's labeled a forward, then you had to choose either Drew Holiday and Tyrese Halliburton. Which, given, I think you should have chose one of them out and Harden in.
Yeah, either way,
Harden should be in there, regardless.
Yeah, I would definitely give him the nod over Tyrese Halliburton. Honestly,
I don't know.
Due to injury.
I don't know. I like Halliburton. I love Halliburton.
No, I do too. That's why I said to me it's strictly due to injury.
I'm taking out Drew Holiday, even though
to me it's strictly due to injury.
Drew Holiday's been bugging, and he deserves this because he hasn't had an All-Star since he was in Philly. Yeah, so he deserves this. Drew does
honestly, but like
it.
I said, I'm keeping Drew Holiday in. Like I said, simply due to the fact that he's been keeping the Bucks afloat with Giannis. Obviously, Middleton's been in and out of rotation. They're still second in the East. So, you feel me? He's been very productive since they got him. He's been playing at a very well level this year. So, he definitely deserves to be an All-Star. I'm not saying Tyrese Halliburton doesn't deserve to be an All-Star, because he does. But again, it comes down to the injury fact. He's missed some games. James Harden's missed some games. To me, I feel like
got snubbed low-key.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just relatively around the same amount of games. Because you could use the injury part against Harden when it comes to Drew Holiday, because Drew Holiday's played more games than James Harden, even though he's been in and out the rotation as well. But he's played more games than James Harden because Harden went down with that strained tendon in his foot.
At the early part.
But Halliburton had a lengthy injury as well, and he actually just came back from another injury. So it's like, but then you got to look at where now, after you take into the account how many games they played, now you look at the team success. Like that in order, that's how I feel it should go. It should be individual success. Yeah, it should be individual success.
Then health.
Yeah, then health. Sorry, I kind of just drew a blank. Yeah, then health and then team success.
For all-star voting, that's how it should be. Clear cut.
Right. Now, like you said in reference to the All-NBA team, then
winning,
that all changes.
Winning is the number one priority in that.
Yeah, right. But as far as All-Star goes, this is what the fans want to see. It should be who's the most talented. Obviously, the most talented players are the ones that are giving up the best.
You know what I'm shocked about?
You can't justify.
I'm shocked that since this is after the starters get picked and shit, the coaches and GMs are the ones who mainly pick the reserves. I'm shocked because New York, I'm shocked that they didn't get 2 All-Stars. I'm shocked that they didn't put Jalen Brunson in instead of Tyrese.
But who are you? Nah, because like I said, if you're going to snub Tyrese, you're going to snub him for James Harden.
Yeah.
I can't snub James Harden and
Tyrese
Halliburton
bro.
for
It's
Jalen
just
Brunson. And I'm saying that's not a knock on Jalen Brunson because, again, he's playing. Honestly, we have a lot of good level players.
This year is,
So, honestly, somebody's going to get snubbed 100%. No matter what.
Trae Young got snubbed. Fucking.
But then again, Trae's not playing at a level above those guys.
Trae, right and I've been preaching on that.
And I love Trae Young. I love Trae Young.
Players ever, but
I love Trae Young, but he's not playing up to that level to say, yeah, you got to snub James Harden again, who's playing unbelievably. You got to snub Tyrese Halliburton, who honestly is one of the only reasons that the Pacers were relevant earlier in the season. Because before he went down, he had them on his back.
Man, it's just this league is so talented, bro. Because the words that we just said, Trae Young isn't playing up to par of what he usually does and what the rest of the guys are doing. He's averaging 27 and 10, given his percentages suck. But holy fuck,
honestly,
man.
But it's not inefficient. It's not inefficient, and he's turning the ball over
just
too much.
When if you're a casual base fan, you would look at his numbers and be like, oh, he's the best player in the fucking league. Until you go and look at
there's no way that this guy isn't an all-star.
Until you look at 13 other fucking players in the league and realize, oh, he's just playing regular. The league is at an all-time high.
But then again, I think that's when it kind of gets hard, because it's like some players fall victim to themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like once you play so consistently for so long, that's what everybody's looking for.
Yeah.
And they're looking for you to be better than that. And sometimes it's hard to be better than what you were doing. Because shit, you're 27 and 10. There's not a lot of guards averaging that.
There's not a lot of guards in history that have averaged that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. First of all, to be averaging a double-double in any sense, that's insane.
And then you're averaging.
And for a guard, guards get even more respect from me. Guards get even more respect from me for averaging triple or not double doubles, but double doubles. But yeah, this league is definitely very talented. And again, there's gonna be snubs because I still don't agree with Joel Embiid not being a starter.
At the end of the day, honestly, comes down to the fan voting though as the starters, and it came down to KD and Joel, and it's just KD's the most popular, one of the more popular players. So I saw that coming, sadly.
But then another honorable mentions from the snubs. Obviously, you got Jimmy Butler. I felt like Kristaps was eligible, but
Kristaps they wanted to, but they.
I actually think he's playing really well this
year. He's doing great. Who would have thought him and Kuzma and Bradley Beal could actually coexist? Given the team sucks around them and no one's been healthy. But,
you know what it is? Huh? You know what it is? And I started to realize this about the NBA and teams and how fits work. I don't know if I said this on the last episode or if I said this to you before. I know I remember saying it to somebody. But it's like, I see how different cultures affect different players. Like, some players need freedom.
Yeah, 100%.
A la Kyle Kuzma. When he was with the Lakers, he was very restricted.
Except for that first
decent
year,
player.
Yeah.
Still a decent player. A very decent. And honestly, that what you just said actually speaks to my point. Before AD got there, it was more freedom involved.
Yeah, even when it was just LeBron.
Freedom so to the point. Freedom to the more so the point where he looked like the best one of the group. Which is why we kept him. Boom. AD comes around, there's less freedom. We add more players like no, we didn't have Melo when we had him. No. But we added a couple more players that kind of restricted his role. KCP was getting more shots than him.
Rondo came in and became
towards the beginning of the
Rondo
year.
Came in and
Dwight was touching the ball a little bit more than him when he first got there. So he wasn't really. He was only averaging 6-7 shots a night.
It wasn't a lot.
But then he gets the freedom to go to Washington. Washington's giving him more freedom, and now you see where he's at.
Averaging 20 a game.
Like, honestly, on his pace now, I can see him being an all-star in another couple years.
Yeah. If he can continue having Going because if he leaves, I'm pretty sure he wants to leave. Even though Washington really believes that they can get him back in free agency, even though he's kind of stressed that he wants to leave. But whatever.
Oh yeah.
If he can go to a team where they give him the freedom that he's been given in Washington, oh yeah, I could see him blossoming.
I feel like this year in Washington,
it was necessary.
This year for him in Washington was his like audition year. Like this was to show everybody that yes, I can do this at a fairly high level and be fairly consistent at it. I can help a real championship team.
Yeah, and his numbers aren't nothing.
So
to
now I think
either.
that every
like
no, they're definitely not. I feel like
percentages
everybody's going to
aren't
take
anything.
notice of that.
Yeah,
and he's definitely going to get a fair deal in free agency. 100%. He's going to be one of the more coveted free agents. This year.
Especially because I don't think this free agency has really many big names.
I didn't really look at the free agency for the next year coming up yet. I don't think.
I don't remember how. I don't think this year has many big names. But one thing I do have to say on Kuzma though is he's got to get them turnovers down, bro. He's averaging 4 assists and 3 turnovers.
Oh yeah, but I've honestly.
That's booty.
The thing that I'm gonna say about that is like the league is evolving, and generally now you see a much higher turnover
because everyone's holding the ball a lot more.
Because you got to understand, back then it was more play by play. We're gonna run our game type of system.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot more free, not more free handle, off script type of basketball.
Yeah. And also the people who back in the day would get the turnovers were just the point guards because they're the only ones managing the ball.
Right.
Now everyone's holding the ball more. There's way more possessions than ever. Everyone's up and down the floor, fast pace. So yeah, the turnovers are at an all-time high just because the pace is at an all-time high.
That definitely, for sure. Because it's like if you look at I know. Obviously, Russ's turnovers numbers are insane.
That motherfucker's going to go down as
Bron's
the highest turnover dude ever.
Bron's turnovers are insane.
Harden's was before Philly, low-key. I'm pretty sure he's doing really good on the turnover rate.
I'm talking about just this season.
Oh, okay, just this season. Okay,
I'm talking about just this season. I know Trey's are high, Luka's are high. Like, there's a few guys who turnovers are just really
Rockets
high.
Harden was bad, man. Do you remember his turnovers?
Turnover machine.
God.
But nobody cared because
he was putting up 36 points a game.
So nobody
he averaged 5
But that's what I was saying about how
2 years.
That's what I meant by how times are changing.
Yeah.
That really doesn't get looked at like that a lot.
Yo, no cap. You a chocolate milk drinker, my guy?
Yeah.
Bro, I just recently found this shit. I don't know who the fuck King's brother Dairy is. Nah, this shit.
I can't see it.
Well, my bad.
Put it in the camera.
It's backwards. Everything's going to be backwards. But King's Brothers Dairy.
King Dairy?
King's Brother Dairy.
King
This shit? Dairy. Gas.
Where the fuck you get
from Sunoco? I was randomly going to grab some fucking chocolate milk.
Where the fuck is there a Sunoco? No,
there's a few. One on Broadway, one on by Rollerama and shit. What's that road?
Yeah, it's just all the places that I'm barely at, so I hardly ever see it.
But I found that in there, and I tried it one time, and I was like, whoa. Nah, they're kind of gas. Getting tuned. A little sponsorship. King's Brothers. Alright, so let's see All-Stars. Real quick, actually. I think how they do it is whoever won last year gets the first pick. Who do you think LeBron is taking with the first pick of the starters? Because LeBron's team won. I think LeBron's never lost since they've had captains, right? I think he's won every year.
I don't think he lost last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've won every year. Because Curry was on his team, and Curry had 16 threes.
I was about to say, if I'm LeBron, he's probably going to take Steph again first. Granted, what he did last year.
Yeah, I think you have
currently
to.
Right
you have
now,
to take him or KD.
What he's doing currently right now, he's tweaking. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially just out of respect to the old heads that are in this. I think LeBron has to take Curry or KD.
I'm about to say, because Giannis is captain on the other side, that would have been the other pick. So I think it would probably be KD, if not Steph.
Yeah, I think it's Steph or KD, 100%.
Because I don't remember Bron and KD ever being on a team before.
Because they've always been captains. Or not always, because LeBron or KD was out.
Nah, Giannis was captain 1 year.
He was. The year KD was out.
Yeah, that was the year that KD was out. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think they've ever played on a team together before. And honestly, I think that would be something.
I think those are the first two picks. It goes Steph, then KD.
Yeah, I can honestly. Either way, I feel like those are going to be the first two picks. But, granted, the way Bron plays, I wouldn't be surprised. Steph would probably be the general consensus number one for him, but I wouldn't be shocked if he picked Kevin.
Oh, and low key, let me just get this one out the way too that we haven't even mentioned real quick. You could have low key put in AD instead of Paul George.
Yeah, that was another point. That was how the fuck did Paul George make it?
Yeah, you could have definitely.
How, bro? How?
Taken Paul George.
He ain't did shit.
Definitely taken Paul.
He's been hurt.
Yeah.
There should be no Clipper in this All-Star game.
There shouldn't be at all. And I know everyone's going to be on our dick. Well, of course, 2 Laker fans are saying that. Suck my dick, bro.
Kawhi hasn't been here.
Kawhi hasn't been here,
and he's played better than Paul George.
Yeah, when Kawhi's going off, Paul George is, like, hiding.
Kawhi for the last, month has been insane.
Yeah. And Paul George has been a shell.
Mediocre at best.
Alright, so let's get over the All-Stars. Have they announced who's doing the 3-point and dunk? I know they've brought up random names for the dunk contest. I know, Kenyon Martin Jr. is. I'm
actually excited about
that. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't do a dunk to base himself off his father like Obi Toppin and Larry Nance Jr.
We need
and Cole Anthony. These guys need to fuck off.
We need serious dunkers.
Yeah. We need the dunk contest to come back to form.
Because I'm honestly tired of the All-Star Weekend being a meme.
Yeah, 100%.
I need a real All-Star Weekend. Just go back to the way it was before. I don't care if you keep, the captains adopting. That's fine with me. Because that gives it more of a, a real street ball feel. YMCA pickup game type deal. But, and I'm fine with that. But as far as the rest of All-Star Weekend, please just put it back to the way it was.
Do you remember the year they had dunk teams? The year Paul George and Dame were in, or John Wall was in it?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that was bad.
What the fuck was that was the most horrible thing ever. That was garbage. Yeah. I was so disappointed with that year. It wasn't even funny.
2016, man.
That was so awful.
I loved 2016 with honestly, I say 2016 is the best dunk contest of all time. With Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine,
for sure.
That beats any Wilkins and Jordan one in my book. And that beats the Vince Carter one in my book, bro. Yeah, especially because they went to 3 overtimes of just dunks coming off the top of their head.
I'm about to say, and honestly, those dunks were all dunks, all-time dunks.
All of them were all-time dunks.
Those weren't just regular dunks.
Yeah, those were all
even if they were
dunks.
In contention. Even if they were in competition with guys like Vince Carter, I still feel like it would have turned out the way that it did.
Yeah.
Because they were definitely the 2 best dunkers damn near of all time.
That night?
They were bugging. They were bugging. Especially Aaron Gordon.
Got snubbed
I still don't know how Aaron Gordon didn't win.
Aaron Gordon should have won.
I don't understand how he didn't win.
Twice he should have won. He got fucked over twice.
Definitely.
He said he'll never do one again.
But either way. Oh, yeah, for sure. If I was him, I wouldn't either. Because it's damn, what else can I do?
He lost the one to Zach LaVine, and then he lost the other one to... When he dunked over Taco Fall, who'd he lose that one to? Oh, Derrick Jones Jr., because they said D. Wade is the only one who put the 9, and it was because his teammate, Derrick Jones Jr., or his teammate from the year before. Yeah. Fucking D. Wade. Fuck you.
Bum-ass D. Wade. Fuck out of here.
All right, so... let's move on to some current Laker shit. Us 2 being Laker fans.
What we got? What we talking?
Every time I feel like we're making a push some bullshit happens, just like the other night in the Celtics game, man. It's just like every time I feel like, oh yeah, we could really fuck up any team, they go and they force us to lose. The refs themselves, they force us to lose.
Like,
there was like 5 calls.
This struck me, like, it really didn't hit me until I seen the stat. The Lakers are tied for second right now in losses by blown calls.
That's a stat and a half. Holy fuck. I didn't know that stat.
Yeah. I didn't see it until, like, it actually popped up on my phone on Bleacher Report after that Celtics game. And it's like, we lost 6 games due to blown calls.
6.
You know what 6 games in our win-loss columns would do for us right now?
That would put us in, like, 4th place, I'm pretty sure.
Like, bro, we would damn sure not be where we're at right now. We would be well into at least the play-ins, if not the playoffs.
You said
like,
6?
Yeah, 6 games. We lost 6 games due to bad calls. Whether us not getting a call or a call that we
Bro, that would put us in 3rd place right now.
Like,
that
come
would put
on,
us
bro.
3rd place in the West.
So, as Lakers fans right now, we should have all the confidence in the world in our team.
But
in our team.
Need to get over
now, that's
that
not
hump.
to say that we're not going to go win a championship or nothing like that.
I'm not saying all
but
that.
the talent on the team is there.
100%.
This notion that we don't have talent or that we can't beat anybody, we're just the laughing stock of the league, that's not true at all. Because, like, if you go look at these games, we're in every
100%.
game that we play damn near. With anybody that we play. We've beaten notable teams this year, like the Bucks. We had the Celtics on the rope, the best team in the NBA, twice. We should have beaten them twice. So it's like, no, I don't believe that our team is a joke. And if we do catch fire, or we do, hint, make the right move, it could be a problem
100%,
for the rest
100%.
of the NBA. Especially considering the fact is wide open. The West is wide open.
Quick, big dog. What is that right move that you're talking about? What is
come
that
on,
right move?
Come on. We don't come on. We don't have to beat around the bush. You know the news. You seen the headlines. You know what it is. You know who's coming. Come on. It's only a couple of days. It's only a couple of days before Kyrie is putting on the purple and gold. It's only a couple of days. Get that free by Reed. Free by Reed. The Nets ain't doing it right. They're not doing it right. Come over here to the right organization. We got you.
Was a max, and they said we're gonna offer you a little under max and put stipulations on your contract.
And put stipulations in ties to us winning a championship. Right. Like, come on. Like, do you know how unreasonable that is?
Fucked.
Like, now, as an average person, you would say that's not unreasonable.
Do you know
that's
how
Kyrie
hard it is to win a championship? There's teams who still haven't won a championship.
Like, do you know how hard it is to winning championships? Us as fans have gotten too used to the Jordans, the Kobes, the Brons, the guys that win multiple championships in their careers. We got too spoiled by that. Not every player gets that luxury. There's still all-time greats out there. Like me personally, I was just having a talk with Roland earlier. Charles Barkley to me is one of the most underrated players of all time. He'll never get that respect because he never won a championship.
He's like top 20, but end of top 20. Low-key, if he had a ring...
Bro, like he was literally... Go back and look at the numbers. He was literally LeBron before LeBron, bro.
Man, he might be a top 10 player. No, he would be a high teens. Like, he would maybe be 12.
Right,
he'd be
bro.
like 12-ish. If he had a ring.
Knocking on the door of top 10.
If he had a ring, he would definitely be close to 10. Rather than 18 to 22 range. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Because, like, bro, he was like the real first point forward. That's what I meant by he was the LeBron before LeBron. Like, he was the real first 100%. Point forward that I can really think of.
He was Zion before Zion, bro. Like,
right. That's what I'm saying.
And
so it's like, just think about what a championship could have did for a guy like that.
For a guy like AI, for a guy like...
For Stockton and Malone.
My God,
for like, come on, bro. These are all-time greats that don't get the... Well, you know, we had our talks about Karl Malone. I don't think a championship...
Nothing, bro. He's
John Stockton, maybe. John Stockton,
100%. But Karl Malone, if you give him a ring, he is still not a top 100 player to me.
I was about to say, I'm not jacking Karl Malone. I don't. Yeah, bro.
But like, I'm pretty sure this was a stat from 2000, or no, from 99 till 2019. There wasn't a finals, not one, but there wasn't a finals that didn't include Duncan, Kobe, or LeBron until 2019 when LeBron was injured that year and the Warriors and Kawhi and the Raptors went. But, that just shows, three players in a 20-year span dominated the league.
Yeah, bro.
Like, they didn't win all those years, but... They made it to the finals every year.
You were still there.
One of those three made it to the finals every year. So it's just like,
and like I said, as a fan group, I feel like, again, like I said, we got spoiled by that.
100%.
Seeing the same guys over and over and over again, and now when we get to the other guys, we're just like, well, why aren't you as good as they are?
Yeah.
Because that's like the top 1% of the NBA's history.
That's a fact.
Like, you can't expect everybody to go out there and win 5 championships. Yeah, you know, that's the ideal for a career. That's what you want out of your players. But be realistic. Nobody's going to do that. You'll be lucky if you get one.
That's a fact.
For sure, you'll be lucky if you get one.
That's why it's coveted when people do win more than one, or if they just do win.
Because there's a lot that goes into winning a championship.
Yeah. It's not just...
Obviously, you got to have the skill. You got to have the right players, the chemistry. You
got to have the right
health,
coaches.
Like, the right stipulations. You feel me? Like, there's a lot that goes into winning a championship. So, to point at Kyrie and say, you're not getting all this money that you're rightfully damn near entitled to because this is what your talent warrants, you're not going to get all this until we win a championship.
If him and Bron don't win in Cleveland, do you think he would have that type of stipulation if he didn't win with Bron? If he didn't show he was already championship caliber, do you think he would have that type of stipulation on anything? If he's still this caliber player, but he's just never won a championship.
It's hard to say because, honestly, I feel like that stipulation is more do so for Kevin Durant. Because you know KD's a winner, obviously. 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs. So with him on the roster, no matter the roster, you still have a chance to get to the playoffs, make some noise, bring home a championship. Especially with a guy like Kyrie. But I can see that being changed because you say, you know, you never won nothing before. So
I think low-key they didn't even want Kyrie to resign. I think they offered that to straight up get him out of here. Because, like, low-key, with what happened last summer and everything, he was a means to an end anyway. And maybe in some realm they thought, oh, maybe he'll pick this up. But odds are he won't, and we want this to be on him. We want him to be the one who says, I want out, rather than us look like the bad guys. I just think that's what it was. I don't think they really put out a serious offer for him.
To me, though, that's a stupid way of going about it. Because either way, this still looks like your fault. Everybody can still see the writing on the wall. The writing on the wall is the writing on the contract. Everybody knows that's not a fair clause. Like, come on, bro. Like, you don't do that to players, especially not players that you're coveting. Like, that to me, that seems more of a call out than of a motivator.
100%.
Because when you put something like that in somebody's contract, that's supposed to motivate them to hit set goal. You feel me? But I feel like that's more of indictment on Kyrie. Like, that's more of a, we should have already won a championship. And if we did, you would have had your money already. Yeah. That's what I feel like the Nets are saying.
Well, because most stipulations in contracts are, make an All NBA team, make an All Star team.
Right.
Average
things,
25
easy
a game
things that they're
going to
do.
Those are usually
things that they're going to do by going out there and
win
beating
an MVP
themselves.
Or win a defensive player. Those are things that are usually in stipulations.
I've never seen win a championship in a star.
Yeah,
NBA
that's never been
contract.
Something that's been reported before.
And honestly, I'm going to compare this.
They've never been said. They've never been talked about. If there has been any before, but
I'm gonna compare this to something. It's not in the NBA world, but it happened this world, or it happened this year in the football world, with what the Cardinals did to Kyler Murray, and they said that he has to study more, and everybody, all the analysts is saying like, why would you put that in his contract? Why would you publicly?
That's because everyone says he
face of your
cares
franchise
about video games and streaming more than he does about the NFL.
Yeah, but still, either way, like, let the media ask him questions about that. Don't publicly put that out there in your contract. You feel me? Or if you have a problem with that, pull him to the side behind closed doors. Like, hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to study a little bit more.
Yeah.
Management feels like you're a little bit underprepared for these big games. I need you to be more engaged. Boom. Don't put it in his contract when you know everybody in the world is going to get a chance to read that contract. Because all these contracts are public knowledge. We can go look at any of these public, like anybody in any league, we can go look at any of their contracts and the stipulations of their contract. So it's like, that's all public knowledge. And it's like, to me, throwing things like that in your contracts with your star players typically don't end up in success.
It's a slap in the face. Because
now you look at what happened with the Cardinals this season. Look at what happened with them. They were one of the bottom teams in the league.
Fucking dog shit.
Before he got hurt. Because he ended up getting hurt. But before he got hurt, they were a bottom team in the league. So it's like, you can honestly, you can't really chalk it all up to that. But you can say, like, you know, that led to some of it. There's friction in the organization with star player in management.
It's demoralizing as fuck hearing some shit like that, and then it being out in the media, and it's a slap in the face from the organization. And
because straight up, honestly, I would rather you just tell me straight up that I'm not worth that money than you play with me like that. Like, again, another situation that's going on in the football world with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
God,
You feel me? I feel like Lamar would be much more open to coming back to the Ravens than Kyler Murray would be coming back to the Cardinals if he wasn't already still signed. Because Kyler Murray wasn't a free agent when he signed that deal.
Yeah.
He was still under contract. So either way, he would still play a couple more years for the Cardinals and go on and so forth. But still, like, the Ravens went about it a different way, just went about it straight up, hey, we got concerns with you in giving you this contract. I feel like if the Nets straight up just told Kyrie, yo, you know, we have some concerns with you in this contract. Like, we need to know, like, we need your full commitment and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure if you just had that one-on-one conversation with him, you would get a lot farther than you would putting sneaky shit like this in your contracts and sneak this in and like.
And it's just
because again, I feel like that's
it 100% is, and it's just like shit could also just be worded so much better to where it's not something that the media can run with. If it's, bro, imagine being told to study more. Like, oh, you gotta prepare more for these games. You gotta know these scouting reports. But no, they said, yo, you gotta study more. Like, that's a slap in the fucking face, bro. It's just like,
cause now that makes it seem like I'm not doing nothing at all. Like, I'm like, cause either way, cause this is how it was perceived that Kyler Murray doesn't study. But at the end of the day, he's still at every practice in the film room with his quarterback coaches and the head coaches and with the rest of the team, watching the same film that they're watching, and so on and so forth. You're telling him, yo, I need you to study on your free time as well. Now, there's no problem with that. But don't make it seem like you don't put that in your contract.
The narrative already before that contract was that he he's a full-time streamer and a part-time NFL player. Like, that was already like a narrative from the media and like social media and everything. Adding fuel to that fire just adds discomfort to your franchise player, and it's just like, how do you expect young people to deal with discomfort from people that they're supposed to rely on? Like,
it's like they're under more pressure than they're already under now.
It adds so much weight to them.
Like, that's literally what you're doing. You're just adding more weight to them.
100%.
When you should be really trying to take weight off of them. Literally, an organization has one job, or two jobs really, is to pay the main guys and make sure the main guys have all the resources that they need to do their job.
Yep, that's it.
So it's like anything outside of that job to me is outside of your jurisdiction.
To come back to the NBA a little bit, going back to the Lakers, because, you know, Kyrie, he might show up. But
Kyrie, come home. That's it.
Going back to the refs and everything, do you think that they should start getting fined?
Yeah, bro.
Because, like,
I feel like refs should start being fined. They should start being suspended. All that. Yeah, bro.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Because, bro, what happens to a coach what happened to Fizdale? When the team wasn't succeeding, but he's not the one who puts the team together. But still, what happened to Fizdale? He got fired. What happens to players when they don't perform? They get traded. What happens to just anybody within sports? What happens to them when they don't perform? They get traded. What happens to them when they make mistakes, especially bad ones? Maybe they get fined. What's the exception with these refs? They are costing teams games.
And you know what? This is what I really have a problem with on that side, is that the refs could cost people games, but these guys can't voice their opinions about it.
Right, they get fined.
Then that's where the fines come in. How does that work?
They already get fined for the text that they receive within the game. And then they get fined for talking about how these refs are either not calling things or calling the wrong calls. And these refs that are calling the wrong calls still don't get fined or suspended? Like, you have one job.
In the sense...
See the fouls, call the fouls. That's it. Officiate.
Right.
That's what your job is.
In the sense of the Lakers, like I was saying earlier, if these guys get the right calls, we're looking at the Lakers completely differently. Completely different.
100%. We would be a third seed in the fucking West.
So now, if I'm somebody like LeBron James, hell yeah, I'm gonna complain about that. Cause you got me out here looking like we some scrubs, and we're not.
Also, that's also another thing. It's just made me think about with the Kyrie thing. And imagine he took that contract with stipulations to win a ring. Now imagine that ref going and making the wrong call in the finals and they lose a ring. So you just lost Kyrie millions of dollars because he didn't win that ring.
Something that I can't control.
Because you made a wrong fucking call. Like, it's just like, and you don't get in trouble for it. So it's refs definitely, because refs are going to keep doing it. Refs are going to keep just not giving a fuck and treating these players like they're fucking machines and not
because
people.
The NBA allows them to.
So until they start getting fined or suspended for these things, they're just going to keep doing it.
Right. And the refs definitely need to be held more accountable, because this is really a problem. Like,
AD bugging right now.
Oh yeah,
bro, it's 106-103 at the end of the third. It's a high ass score. No one's playing defense. No one's playing defense. But yeah, it's definitely an issue that we see in the league, and we've been seeing it a lot more. I mean, we've been seeing it forever, but like, it's definitely becoming a lot more noticeable with social media and shit like that, pointing out how bad that they're like. Bro, they teed up Pat Bev for literally coming up and showing him you missed the call. What is Pat? How are you teeing up him and now he has to pay a $5,000 fine for getting teed up because he's showing you that you were wrong? Imagine, that's just ego at that point for teching. If you're gonna give Pat Bev that tech, you're just an egotistical fuck at that point. Like,
it's a problem when one team has 6 losses because of ref errors, and they're tied for second. So that means there's another team out there that has lost 6 games due to ref errors.
Who's that number 1? Holy shit.
And there's a number 1. There's a team above both of those teams who've lost more games due to ref errors. So now, if you're the NBA, you have to look at that. And it's like, bro, these games aren't going the way they're supposed 100%. To because of you guys. Now, we can go on, conspiracy and say they're paying them to do that. This could be a Vegas thing.
It could be. But, I mean, there's that whole...
That's neither here nor there.
There's that whole thing going around right now that technically the NBA and NFL are under the entertainment category, so it's legal for them to fix and make games go a certain way. And I'm 100% buy that.
I buy that.
But it's just like, you guys are writing the wrong narrative for your own companies, man. You're writing the wrong narrative for yourselves.
Like, if you're going to do that, do it in a different way. At least do it in a way that everybody's going to enjoy.
Yeah. Don't make it blatant and then have everybody mad at these refs, but then have these refs now getting sensitive about it and taking it out on the players with all the texts and shit.
Like last year, I had no problems with that because the Lakers were just garbage.
Lakers were bad last year. It's what it was.
You feel me? There's not any ref that I could blame at and say you're the reason why we were bad.
There's no reason this year that the Lakers should be this low.
Right. None at all. But, the general public's not going to see that like that. And they're just going to say, we're just a bad team that collapses a lot. Which, that part is, very true. I won't deny that.
There's been times,
still,
yes.
There are games that we should have won even through those collapses that we did not win. A couple of them games, we made miraculous comebacks and weren't rewarded for it. That's another thing that I tend to see with the refs. The refs like to reward the team that are on the comeback.
They like to give the calls to the team that's having the momentum. That's right. That's what usually happens.
Whoever is on the comeback, whoever got the momentum, that's where the calls are going. You feel me? I get that. But, again, in our case, there were times where we were the team on the comeback. Again, against the Celtics. Both times against the Celtics. The one game against Philly when we somehow got it to overtime. But either way, the refs are screwing up bad. And honestly, I didn't think it could get this bad in the NBA. Honestly, I thought the NFL refs were the worst refs in all of sports.
Yeah, they're pretty dog shit.
Because they blew more calls than I've ever seen. But the NBA is starting to rival, and I think it's starting to become a problem.
It's getting
and
noticed.
The NBA really needs to address it.
Yeah, it's getting noticed, and it shouldn't be. The one thing that I think that needs to be implemented is the fact to not only... Whoa. Hold on, we're getting a Woj update. The Clippers have emerged in pursuit of Kyrie trade. Joining the Lakers, the Mavs, and the Suns. That's low-key been reported for a whole day now, Woj. You're behind, my guy.
And man, fuck the Clippers. Fuck them. They don't get saving. No. Fuck those guys. No. I'm not hearing that. Kyrie doesn't want to put on a Clippers jersey. He doesn't want to put on a... he wants to put on a Lakers jersey. Don't do that shit.
He loves Bron. He loved Kobe. He loves LA. He wants to put on a Lakers jersey. He don't want to put on a Clippers jersey. One thing I just peeped low-key. 1 through 13 in the West is hovering around 500 or better. There's only 2 teams that are very bad in the West. Everyone else, 13 and up, is either hovering around 500 or above 500.
Bro, that's what I was saying.
Scary.
That's why those 6 games hurt so fucking much.
Because the 13th seed is OKC, and they're only 3 under 500. They're 24 and 27. That is... The West is spread the fuck out.
That's why those games hurt so fucking much.
Yeah, the East, it's like 10th, 11th seed is floating around 500. The
East is exactly how you would expect it.
The West is just going to be a dogfight from 13 to 6 for the rest of the year. And it's ridiculous.
A complete dogfight.
Fucking dogfight.
So the Lakers need to go ahead and get this deal done for Kyrie. Because I'm going to have a heart attack every day until it's done. And
low-key, I'm not going to hold
thinking about all the other packages that these teams could put together.
See, that's the only reason that I would... Because low-key, if the Lakers were the only team that were pursuing this, they could low-key get it done with Russ and a first. Not even both first. Because the Nets have no leverage. He straight up said...
no leverage at all.
The only leverage... So that's it.
The only leverage that the Nets have right now is the fact that other teams want him. There's a couple other teams that want him. That's the only thing that's different in this situation than the offseason situation.
Because in the offseason,
because before in the offseason, nobody was interested. Now you got a couple more people interested because they know you have to get them off now. You feel me? But honestly, if I'm the Nets, what I texted to you and Thomas last night in the group chat, or when it was reported, like the Nets would kind of be foolish to not take the deal.
The Laker deal?
Yeah. Because to me, like, you would arguably get the most value back out of that Lakers deal. Because you obviously, first and foremost, you're getting Russ back.
He showed.
I don't care what nobody says.
He's a good
Russ
player.
is not playing as bad as
he
everybody
showed
thinks
this year that he can still function as a good player, great player.
Boom. Now, if him and KD can't salvage, whatever, Russ at the very least is a very big expiring contract.
Yeah. So now you've got $45 million freed up
to go out there and get somebody that can help Kevin Durant.
I mean, given you won't actually have $45 million because you already got 2 max deals.
Yeah,
because you got Ben Simmons clogging up that bench.
That's who they need to get up off.
Who wants him?
100%. That's who they need to.
Bro, there was a stint earlier in the year where he started picking it up and he was doing good off that bench, and I had a lot of hope for him. And man,
I traded his ass in fantasy.
As of like man, he's been stinking it the fuck up, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's good with that guy.
It's just
I don't understand how you could be so talented but so ass.
It's
at the
scary,
same time.
Bro. Because it's just like we've never seen some shit like this before.
But again, our back to the net side of the deal, like what you get out of it. Like now, that's just the Russ part of the deal, right? Now you get to the picks.
2 firsts that are gonna
whether
be
you
valuable.
get 1, whether you get 2. I'm about to say I'm gonna go out there and say that the Lakers are gonna end up having to give them both.
Yeah, because there's gonna be competition from other teams. They're gonna have to give them both.
I'm cool with that. I was cool with that in the preseason, but you give them the 2 firsts. Now you the Nets. You're the GM of the Nets.
Me?
You have all the knowledge in the world of how this works now. Because you know who Kyrie is as a person. You know who he is as a hazard. You know how quickly he can derail this situation for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, do you really have faith that those picks won't come back out like very good picks?
I'm gonna be real. By the time
seeing the Lakers' injury history, Kyrie's history of being a quote-unquote nutcase, like, in the Lakers' inability to land any good players outside of star players, do you really think that do you really think you have no shot at those picks being good picks?
Honestly, you're not even thinking about, like, or you are thinking about it the right way, but, bro, by the time it's 2027 and 2029, bro, we ain't gonna have nobody that's currently on our team by then.
Right.
So it don't even matter about Kyrie.
Bron's gonna be long gone.
It don't matter about Kyrie derailing shit. That all of them is gonna be gone. We're gonna be rebuilding by the time. Those picks are gonna be shit. Unless right when Bron leaves, Kyrie is doing great with us. Kyrie and AD want to stay, and we somehow get a third. Unless that happens, which I don't see it happening, we're going to be bad by then, and they're going to have 2 really, really good fucking picks.
if I know Kyrie as well as I think I know Kyrie, obviously I don't know him as a person or nothing like that. You feel me? But just going off of his history in the NBA and just going by off of how he talks and his I don't really know what you would call it, like aspirations. Yeah. Not really aspirations, but like his insight on his own career. He already said he doesn't really want to have a long, lengthy
KD
career.
also said that. He said he wants to be retired by 35, and I don't think he's about to be retired by 35.
So it's like Kyrie is... How old is Kyrie now?
31, I think.
So it's like...
Might be wrong.
You only got, what, maybe 2-3 years max of Kyrie left. You got 2-3 years of Kyrie left max. By Kyrie standards, not by his talent standards, because Kyrie's talent can last for years beyond that. But by what Kyrie is saying off of himself, I don't want to play.
He's 31 and like
I want to retire young. He's not opposed to retiring young. All that good stuff.
In like 2.5 months,
you only got 2 to 3 years left with him. You only got 2 to 3 years left with him. So then again, you got him retiring before our 2027, 2029 picks. You got Bron retiring before our 2027, 2029 picks. That leaves us with just Anthony Davis.
Do we think we're going to still have AD by then?
No, we should trade him after that. The minute LeBron James decides to call it a career, we get off of Anthony Davis. That's how I feel on that.
Yeah.
Unless somehow we can get some other all-star, world-breaking talent to come and pair with Anthony Davis. Granted, I won't throw that out the window because the Lakers have been the best organization at landing star talent.
That's true.
There has been no other organization that has landed more star talent than the Lakers.
Honestly, the only
better star talent than the Lakers.
The only stint ever where we haven't landed star talent was the 2014 to 18.
The time period, I'll say the time period between Kobe and Bron.
Well, even when we had Kobe, from like 2014 to 2018, that time period right there. The only big name we got was Antoine Jameson.
Oh yeah.
Because no one wanted to come to a team where Kobe was just going to keep getting injured with, and we had no good pieces. We kept just getting the second pick every fucking year.
But even then still, we didn't land the star talent. We were always in conversation.
Kevin Love, Westbrook, Klay Thompson,
year. No matter what. Me and you always had great offseason talks. Simply because of the fact we were always in the mix for somebody. We were always in the mix,
just could never finish it the fuck out, man.
Right.
Oh, that year we were supposed to
honestly,
get Kevin Love.
As a fan, that's all you can ask for.
As long as your team is fighting
it's for your team to be in the mix for
it. As long as your team is pushing for it, you should be happy with that.
Which is why, me personally, I don't really have a problem with us not having draft picks.
Because we're gonna always be in the mix. Because it's like,
damn, who was the last draft pick that really hit for us anyway? Kobe. No, we traded for him. Yeah,
he was a Hornets.
We traded for Kobe. Magic. So Magic was the last one that actually hit for us on a real great level.
Worthy was 3 years after Magic.
James Worthy came after
2 or 3 years after Magic.
Really? Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Elgin Baylor was before Magic. Yeah.
He was way before Magic.
So
he was way before Magic.
So yeah. For some reason, I always get them mixed up.
Lakers don't have many great small forwards in their history.
Fucking James Worthy just sounds like an old ass name. It sounds like a real 1960s name. Like
picks that worked out for us. I mean, Andrew Bynum. He was a big part of those 2 championships.
Man, come on, Matt.
And then like Kuzma. I mean, Kuzma wasn't our pick, but we traded for that pick. But I mean, like, yeah. Picks that worked
I'm talking
out
about
for us.
like real world altering
that we didn't
picks.
Trade for somebody better like D'Angelo Russell or Lonzo or Ingram or
like
Marc
real world altering picks. And honestly, like not for nothing, I know everybody wants to say, "Oh, we should have kept them and let them grow together," but at the very least, I still personally believe that none of them would have grown the same way.
We wouldn't have had a title.
And none of them so far have won a championship, and we have. So, and if we get a second one out the deal, then I'm damn sure not going to look back at that deal.
At the end of the day, we have a chip off of the move that our organization made. So I can't hate on it, even though I would love to have Brandon Ingram on my team and Lonzo Ball on my team. But also, those are two guys who are constantly getting injured. So it's just like, how much do I really want them still on my team? I don't know. So,
right.
And it's just like
health risk, just like AD.
So I don't think we would have gotten no championship with them yet.
Especially because, like, look at how bad Lonzo got. Like, and that honestly makes me feel so bad because I really love Lonzo.
Bro.
I did.
I love Lonzo.
Like, I really wanted him to succeed. I wanted him and Melo both to succeed. And it's like, Melo has had a real injury-riddled season this season, too. So it really hurts me to see both of them, like, out for this extended period of time like that.
Genes.
Especially Lonzo, because I honestly believe that his career might be in jeopardy now.
That's what I was saying a few episodes ago, bro. It's just like, I love Lonzo as a basketball player so much, and it's getting to the point where he might not be able to come back and be a good basketball player anymore. With how many injuries
you gotta understand,
had.
like,
they're all serious foot or knee injuries, and it's just like those are adding the fuck up to where,
right?
Yeah, you'll still have the vision to get to people. You'll still be able to pass the fucking rock, but your athleticism, your speed, all of that goes with your knees and your ankles, bro. Once you start losing them, like, you can't keep up.
This is This is a very, very fast-paced league. We touched on it earlier. This league just keeps getting faster and faster.
You can't have an Andre Miller in this league. Like, you can't have that type of player. It's getting to the point.
Yeah, I remember Andre Miller. Yo, I hated that guy. He used to piss me off. When he played for the Nuggets, he used to piss me off bad. Him and Ty Lawson, they used to piss me off.
He would just keep lobbing it to Fareed and McGee. I would be so tight, bro.
And fucking Iggy, and oh my god, bro, those guys used to.
Bro, low-key, I loved that Nuggets team. You had Ty Lawson, Andre Miller, Iguodala, Gallinari, Wilson Chandler, Fareed,
just a
McGee,
bunch of guys. Like,
bro, it was just a bunch of Birdman. Like, you just had a bunch of fucking dogs, and I loved that team.
That ass, for real.
Fucking Nuggets.
But like, yeah. Speaking of the Nuggets, though, still number one in the Western Conference.
Where the Memphis at? Still number 2.
Yeah, Tom.
I mean, they're still number 2, but
this the real reason Tom's
3-7 in their last 10.
He didn't want to come here and face the music.
3-7 in their last 10.
Fuck out of here.
Ever since he said
all that shit talking y'all done did. All that shit talking y'all done did just for this. Granted, like you said, they're still number 2, but y'all looking real bad out there. Y'all looking real bad.
Chick ass Ja, who do you see as the only people to? Who do you see as the teams that are going to challenge you for the chip this year? And his son Ja only said Celtics and said, "Oh, we fine in the West." Everyone in the West started busting their ass. Every one of them.
Like, and my thing is like, bro, because not only did you disrespect every other title contender
in the league,
in the West, but you did it in the East too. Because how you just gonna say the Celtics?
Only the Celtics.
Now Milwaukee's looking at you like, are you crazy?
You're like, excuse me.
Philly's looking at you. Are you crazy? Brooklyn before all this shit, looking at you like, are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Like, come on, bro.
Like, bro, we all got guys on our roster that's been there.
You've never been there before.
You've never done it.
Yeah, all of those.
You've never even been in the conference finals.
Yeah, all those teams on the East, all 3 of them that you just named, they got guys who've been to the finals. They know what that's like. James Harden has been to the finals.
Come on, bro.
Giannis won the finals. KD, Kyrie won the finals. Like, you guys haven't seen it. And given y'all young, be cocky, be those guys, but don't talk to the ones who've been there before,
like,
bro.
Hell, shit. Even Trae Young has been to the conference finals.
Don't talk to the guys who've done it before when you haven't done it before. Like, come on.
Like, come on, son. Come on. Y'all have not done
and
enough.
And then they got this whole rivalry with the Warriors, which at the beginning of the season I said I loved. I loved their back and forth. But it's just like, you can't call it a rivalry when you haven't won yet.
It's
not the only time you beat them was
their only win was in the
playoffs.
The fucking play-in. Was in the play-in. It wasn't even the playoffs. It was the play-in.
Yeah.
That's the only time you ever could say you got one up on the Golden State Warriors. And that was the beat up Golden State Warriors. No Clay. Like, come on. Steph on his last leg.
Like, Draymond that really didn't mean much. Lineup. Poole wasn't that guy yet. Yeah. Like, so it's like you really can't even say you got one up on the Warriors. They've been bad, bro. They've been bad.
Like, and I honestly think I will give them a little leeway, you know, due to the situation that went down in Memphis and shit like that.
100%.
And they are without Steven Adams. I know Steven Adams is a big part for them because, you know, that's your big man in the middle.
Yeah, that's a defensive anchor for you.
But still, you have more than enough talent to get some of these games home. Like, to me, that loss to the Lakers obviously is inexcusable. They have a couple other games where they just look horrible, getting blown out. And it's like, bro, you shouldn't be... Steven Adams shouldn't make that much of a difference for you. He shouldn't. Like, you guys are just playing a bad brand of basketball right now. And I don't know what it is, but you kind of got to get it off you.
You got to get your shit together before it's too late.
I really believe that it's the fact that they're giving themselves this whole villain role.
Oh yeah, they've embraced that shit. They were the fun young guys.
They weren't the villain. They were fun.
They were the fun
young guys. Everybody looked forward to them being on the court. Now you're just being jackasses. You're being 100%. Assholes. You feel me? Like, nobody wants to see that, especially when you're losing.
Yeah.
Like, right now, you just look bad. Nothing about the Memphis Grizzlies outside of their record looks good. And that's honestly all I have to say about the Grizzlies from that standpoint. Like, y'all just look bad. Like, I know personally that you guys can play better.
They can play a lot better than this shit.
I'm not going to write you off from playing better. I'm expecting you to play better. But as of right now, y'all been dog water.
Dog water's crazy.
Dog water, bro. Like, dog water. Like, and it's like, I don't even understand it, because, and this was my point to Tom when I was talking about the Grizzlies and Ja. Ja hasn't really been playing bad.
Nah, he's been playing good.
Some of these games they're losing. Ja scored 30.
Bro, the thing is, like, he's not playing bad. Bane isn't playing bad. Jaren Jackson Jr. isn't playing bad. It's just they're not putting it all together.
Desmond Bane's been pissing Thomas off.
Actually, you know what? Since he's come back from his injury, he's very up and down. He's very up and down, 100%.
Yeah, he's been pissing Thomas off. He's costing niggas money. He's costing them in fantasy. He's just costing right now.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. They're in their last 8, they're 1-7, and all of those wins have been, or all of those games have been 5 points or under deciding the game. 5
bro,
and under.
You got to get those games.
Bro, you gotta close out those close games, bro.
You got to get those games. That's the same way I feel about the Lakers. I look at the Lakers and say, yo, all those 6 games that we lost, that was by the ref's decision. Everybody on ESPN, LeBron got to find a way to get that game home. Right? The Lakers got to find a way to win those games. Memphis got to find a way to win those games.
I was looking at the losing streak. I thought this meant like lost by 4, lost by 5. No, I'm capping. Some of them were blowouts. The Kings blew them out by 33.
Yeah, bro, that's what I was telling you. The Pacers blew them
out by 12. Cleveland blew them out by 15. Minnesota beat them by 11. Golden State beat them by 2.
But either way, in those close games, though, they're still losing close games. Like, those close games, you have to find a way to win. And as for you getting blown out, there's no reason you're getting blown out. Yeah, Tom, get your ass in here. Get your ass in here. Get your ass in here.
He texts us, how y'all doing in there?
blasting the Grizzlies. Get in here. Send help. That's the title of this episode. Send help for the Grizzlies. Send help.
Oh, he said he's coming? Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, honestly, I'm done with the Grizzlies. I won't go too much farther on them because, like I said, granted, I still will give them a little bit of respect. They are still the second,
even with this
team in the Western. Even though that's not saying much because the West is airtight. But the fact that you are playing this bad and you still are the number 2 seed in the conference, that speaks volumes to how talented that you are as a group. But either way, bro, you got to pick it up. You gotta get it
low key,
you have to get it
I'm going to be real. The only reason that they're still this good, or like record-wise, is because right before this 1-7, 1 win, 7 losses, they had an 11.
Oh yeah, they were on like
11,
an 8-game
win
11
game win streak.
11, yeah.
So
yeah.
if it wasn't,
if
it wasn't for that 11-game win streak, oh yeah, they would be in the gutter. Yeah, but
that's right there. That right there is a fucking indictment. Yeah. Because it's like that right there shows us how good you can be. What changed from that 11-game win streak to now?
A lot of those games were sub 500 teams, though.
This nigga Thomas said Cam Thomas got 43.
Cam Thomas?
How the fuck did that happen? Oh, Tom picked him up in fucking fantasy today. That motherfucker.
There's 11 seconds left and they're up by 1, too. Holy fuck.
That's insane.
Edmund Sumner got 29, too? What the fuck? Well, because they're not playing nobody. Kyrie's out. KD's out.
Trade Kyrie. Fuck it. You don't need him. Give KD, Cam Thomas, and Ed Sumner. Let him go to work. Let him go to work. Let him go to work.
Hot take. You don't need
Let him
Kyrie.
go to work. Nick Claxton, 15 points, 13 rebounds.
3 blocks. 3 blocks.
KD, you could work with that. Fuck Kyrie. Send him to us. We'll take him.
You don't need Kyrie. You got Cam Thomas and Edmund Sumner.
Shit, with them playing like that, we don't even have to give you Russ. Just take the picks and give us, or matter of fact, let us keep one of the picks, and we'll still give you Russ just to make the money match. Just to make the money match. Just to make the money work.
Nah, where is this coming from? New Orleans beat us. Fuck out of here. Oh, Brandon Ingram dropping 35 though. Happy he's back into form. They beat us.
Did they really beat us?
Yeah, they beat us by 6 or
fuck.
5.
That's
they beat us by 5.
That's sad. That's sad because AD put on a hell of a game.
AD and LeBron went off. Well, no, LeBron shot pretty shit, but AD
27 and 9.
Yeah, but 1 for 7 from the 3.
14?
Yeah.
Bro, Bron got to stop shooting them shits.
1 for 7 from 3 is bananas.
Yeah, he got to stop shooting them shits. I'm tired of seeing him shooting that bum ass step jumper. I'm tired of seeing that shit. It's not getting us anywhere, Bron. It's not getting us nowhere.
Ooh, Trey Murphy.
Like you probably would have broke. Fucking Bron probably would have broke the record already if all those 3-pointers that he missed were drives to the fucking basket. Stop doing that shit, Bron. For real, you're giving me a headache.
35 from Ingram, 23 from McCollum, 21 from Trey Murphy, 18 and 14 from Valanciunas, 18 from Alvarado off the bench. Ooh, I picked up Alvarado, right? Oh yeah, Jose Alvarado. All right, so I think we got everything off for chess that we needed to today, right? I think we don't got nothing else.
Nah, shout out to Philly on the ride.
Oh yeah.
Best record since the new year. Best record since the new year. Let's go, Embiid. Let's go, Harden. I was the only one that believed Harden could bounce back. Let's go.
The only one?
Let's fucking go. I was the only one that believed Harden could bounce back because everybody was calling him dirt. Everybody was calling him trash.
You're the only one.
I said, just give him, just let him cook. Just let him cook.
All I know is,
and it's criminal that he's not in the All-Star game.
He's not in the All-Star game. V-Man had him as the comeback player. I had Embiid as MVP before this season started. We all said that they're probably going to fight for the championship. So I think Thomas said he was his sleeper pick in the beginning of the season as the championships.
Yeah,
so
yes, and I did too.
We all had Philly.
I did too.
Doing good this year, and I'm happy they're picking it up.
Yeah.
Everyone's staying healthy. Well, remotely healthy.
And again, like I said before on last week when we did our rankings of the top 5 seed, I was the only one that had them third.
I had them fourth. I had them fourth.
Now look where they at. I knew Brooklyn wasn't gonna stay there.
They're
dead. Bro. I knew they wasn't gonna stay there. I knew it.
I mean, I was saying fully healthy, which teams were the best. I had Brooklyn above them.
I still think that Philly's better than them.
Or no, I didn't have Brooklyn above them. I had Brooklyn last. I had Philly fourth, and then I had Cleveland third. I just like Cleveland. I'm just a fanboy for Cleveland.
I still feel like that's definitely a good game.
Yeah, I think they're just a year away.
Honestly,
they're just a really young team that's really good.
For me, Cleveland is a good debate with anybody that's not the Boston or the Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, if you put anybody against Cleveland...
Because I feel like those two teams are head and shoulders above the rest of the conference.
Yeah, Celtics and Bucks are...
But the rest of it gets dicey.
I'm going to be real,
it's odd, because it's odd because it's like those two teams are above the rest of the conference, but I could still see the rest of the conference sneaking these guys.
Yeah. They're not like the 2017-18 Warriors. They're not like... They're not type of ahead.
No.
They're not the 2000 to 2002 Lakers.
They're just if everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're very hard to beat. Like, I can't see anybody other than these two teams beating each other.
I'm going to be real, though. Milwaukee, without Middleton, a healthy Middleton by the end of the year, I could see them getting beat by Cleveland.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm giving everybody the granite of health. Like you said, we were ranking those teams off of health.
Yeah. And I still had Milwaukee, too, with all that said and done, too.
Yeah, because like I said last year, once Chris Middleton went down in the playoffs, I knew it was over for the Bucks. Like, I said it at the beginning of the last playoffs that I thought that the winner of the Celtics in the Nets series was going to go to the finals. And
Cleveland,
and
they got the best home record, or one of the best home records in all the East. But man, they suck on the road. They're 10-16 on the road, but they're 22-6 at home.
You can't win the playoffs.
I know they have a top 3 home record in the league. The only teams that are with them is the Bucks and the Nuggets. Everyone else is worse than them, but their away record is their road record is tough.
Hey, it's very tough to win in the playoffs in general, especially on the road.
Especially if you're not that high seed, because you're a 5th seed right now. So you would go against Brooklyn first round. Every round,
every series that you play, you're at a disadvantage in home games.
Every series, if you end up this 5th seed, given Brooklyn is falling,
and look at the guys above you: Brooklyn, Philly, Milwaukee, Boston. Notoriously, those 4 stadiums aren't a stadium that you want to go to for an away game in the playoffs. You do not want an away game
in any New York
stadium.
Especially
Stadium. Boston and Milwaukee.
And then, Milwaukee are diehards. If you're a fan of Milwaukee, you will die for the Milwaukee Bucks because you don't got much.
So is the Celtics.
I know. So
is the Celtics,
are just the grittiest diehard fans. So it's just those.
Bro, I'm telling you,
Philly as
the Celtics fans in the playoffs.
Man. Philly are dogs too.
Oh yeah, no, Philly's dangerous.
Yeah.
Those fans will actually hurt you.
Boston too. Philly and Boston will hurt you. No cap.
Boston.
No, Boston. Will,
once you get into the
Boston
playoffs,
will just turn real racist. Philly fans will hurt you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Boston fans are disrespectful.
For sure. They're disrespectful as fuck. Very disrespectful.
Now, Philly fans will hurt you. New York fans will just say, "Suck my dick,"
and not do nothing because their team never does nothing.
You can't do shit. You only can stand up for as much as your team does.
Right.
Fucking Philly.
Right.
We calling it on that?
Word. But yeah.
All right. So, you got any last words,
me.
man? You got any last words? Nothing. No.
Shout out Belgium.
We always gotta fucking shout out Belgium.
Always gotta shout out
Belgium.
You know,
y'all the real ones. Y'all been here since day one somehow. Somehow y'all been here since day one. You knew about us before we knew.
Shout out our host Tom.
Yeah.
Tom,
get well soon.
Get well soon. Get your ass out here and defend your Grizzlies. Send help. Yeah, now they're your Grizzlies. They're your Grizzlies. Help. 4 games behind my Nuggets.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Send help.
Talk about it. Alright, so
well, yeah,
we're gonna call it on that. Subscribe, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Check out our channels. Check out our Spotify, Apple Music.
Share them around, all that. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Make sure they tell their mom and their dad. Tell everybody.
You know what, Matt, we actually did
pretty well. We killed this. I loved this. This was great. Low key.
Proud of us, dog.
Oh, yeah. Proud of you. All right. We're going to call it at that, everybody. Have a good one.